Some weddings shine with laughter, music, and celebration. But sometimes, hidden behind the perfect decorations and smiling guests, there is someone quietly fighting a battle no one sees. And on this warm summer evening, at a stunning outdoor wedding filled with flowers and glowing string lights, a little girl in a wheelchair sat all alone, completely forgotten. No one noticed her, no one asked about her, no one even stopped to say hello. Until a single dad did. Before we begin, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Your support helps us continue creating real, meaningful stories here on Kindness Diaries that inspire compassion and hope. The wedding belonged to the daughter of a wealthy CEO, a man known for his business power, but rarely for showing emotion. Guests in elegant suits and sparkling dresses filled the venue, clinking glasses and celebrating love under the warm evening sky. But in a quiet corner, near a table decorated with white roses and gold-rimmed plates, sat a young girl no older than 10. Her name was Lily. She wore a white dress that matched the wedding theme, and a delicate flower crown rested on her blonde hair. Her small hands were folded in her lap, and her wheelchair sat slightly crooked on the soft grass. She watched everyone around her, the dancing couples, the laughing kids, the chatting adults, but nobody came to her. It wasn't the first time she felt invisible. Across the venue, a single dad named Mark walked in with his 6-year-old son, Ethan. They weren't wealthy and didn't belong to the CEO's world, but Mark had grown up with the groom's family, and they insisted he attend. Mark worked long hours as a mechanic, raising Ethan alone after losing his wife 3 years earlier. He knew how it felt to feel out of place, how it felt to be overlooked. As Ethan tugged at his father's hand, asking for a slice of cake, Mark noticed something odd, a child sitting alone at a table with no drinks, no plate, no family. Just waiting. He nudged Ethan. Buddy, hold on a second. He walked toward the girl. Lily looked up, startled, almost afraid to speak. She wasn't used to strangers approaching her kindly. Most people stared at her wheelchair, then quickly looked away out of discomfort. Others whispered about the tragic accident that paralyzed her 2 years earlier. That was her life now. People saw her condition before they ever saw her. Mark crouched to her eye level. Hi there, he said gently. Why are you sitting here all alone? Are you waiting for someone? Lily blinked, unsure how to respond. No one wants to sit with me, she whispered. They're all busy. Mark shook his head. Well, they're missing out. I'm Mark, and this is my son, Ethan. Ethan waved shyly and smiled at her, without hesitation, without judgment. Mark pulled out a chair and sat next to her. Ethan stood beside her, talking about how he lost a tooth yesterday and how he was excited the tooth fairy left him $2. Slowly, Lily's lips curled into a small, grateful smile, but in the background, a woman in a long white gown, the bride, was rushing toward them, barefoot, holding her heels. Her eyes were wide with embarrassment as she realized what she had done. Lily was her. When she reached the table, she apologized breathlessly. Lily. I'm so sorry. I told your dad I'd watch you for a moment. I didn't realize how long I'd been gone. Mark stood respectfully. She wasn't trouble at all, he said. But she shouldn't be left alone. The bride sighed, guilt washing over her face. Her dad is the CEO, the man hosting this whole wedding. He gets overwhelmed easily, and with everything going on, Lily gets lost in the background. Her voice cracked. She deserves better. She really does. Mark nodded. She deserves to be treated like any other child. The bride swallowed hard, unable to hide her shame. You're right. As she turned to Lily, her eyes softened. Sweetheart, I'm sorry, but instead of crying or complaining, Lily simply said, it's okay. I'm used to it. Those words landed heavier than any argument. I'm used to it. No child should ever get used to being alone. At that moment, the CEO himself approached, tall, stoic, looking uncomfortable as he noticed the small crowd around his daughter. What's going on? He asked, almost defensively. Mark didn't want to embarrass him, but he also believed the truth mattered. She was sitting alone, Mark said softly. For quite a while. I just wanted to make sure she was all right. The CEO's jaw tightened. He wasn't angry at Mark, he was angry at himself. For months, he had poured everything into work, into maintaining a perfect image, into making this wedding flawless, while unintentionally pushing his daughter into the shadows. He reached for Lily's hand, kneeling beside her. I'm sorry, princess, he whispered. I should have been here. Lily looked at him with forgiving eyes. She didn't need fancy apologies. She just wanted someone to sit with her, and Mark, a single dad with no wealth, no power, no status, had shown her more attention in 5 minutes than a ballroom full of people had all evening. The CEO turned to Mark. "Thank you," he said sincerely. "You reminded me what matters. Not the guests, not the expectations, not the show. But her." For the rest of the night, everything changed. The bride made sure Lily was part of every activity. Children danced around her wheelchair. Guests took turns talking to her, helping her feel included. And the CEO, for the first time in a long time, didn't care about business calls or social appearances. He stayed by his daughter's side. When the evening came to an end, the CEO approached Mark one last time. "You gave me something far more valuable than business advice," he said. "You gave me perspective." Mark smiled. Sometimes the smallest kindness can open the biggest truths. In the end, one simple question, "Why is she alone?" changed a child's night and a father's heart. It reminded everyone at that wedding, and hopefully all of us watching, that kindness isn't complicated. It doesn't require money, power, or status. It just requires noticing the person who feels invisible, and choosing to care. If this story touched your heart, remember, even the smallest act of kindness can change someone's world. Let's keep spreading compassion, one moment, one person, one story at a time.